We've been through various gimbals on the channel. In fact, there's an entire playlist dedicated to gimbal systems, from the early action camera gimbals from the likes of Feiyutech through to smartphone gimbals. We've even moved to standalone gimbal systems with integrated cameras like the DJI Osmo, although this takes some setup and a wireless connection to be of any real use. Finally, an all-in-one gimbal system was formed with the Feiyutech Summon Plus, pretty much an action camera already bolted onto a handheld gimbal. Although if you're after an all-in-one that's sleeker, smarter and easier to carry, then you'll need to consider Removu's latest entry, the Removu K1. Removu may not be as large as their gimbal competitors, but their first entry into the market, the S1, placed their name firmly on the map with its water-resistant metal body design, integrated menu screen, quick attachment system, even that integrated wireless remote, making this a fantastic handheld and remote system. Now Removu have been back to the drawing board and come up with an even sleeker design that shakes up the market yet again, with a 4K capable camera, 3-axis gimbal stabilisation, and an integrated LCD screen. The Removu K1 seems to tick all the right boxes. And talking of boxes, you won't find too much in this one, other than some literature, a soft pouch and micro USB charging cable. You'll receive the K1 gimbal unit itself. But saying that, looking at the unit, it looks fantastic. Weighing in at 340 grams with that sleek design, there's some serious attention to detail here, and nothing's out of place. If Removu were aiming for perfection, they've certainly done a good job with the K1. With a matte black overall design, primarily plastic in construction, we have a bit of gloss thrown in for that premium look, and a rubberized finish on the underside of the hand grip for comfort as well as overall grip. Starting from the bottom, we have a lanyard hole on the rear just above a micro USB charging port used to charge the 2900 mAh battery, so there's no separate charger required. Battery capacity can be checked at any time by pressing a small battery button located underneath, which in turn illuminates one of the 4 LEDs on the front of the unit, each indicating 25% power remaining. A fully charged battery providing around 4 hours of continuous usage depending upon chosen settings, of course. That battery is also removable, meaning you are able to pick up spares. It's not like swapping out other gimbal batteries though, since not only can you quickly swap out and continue shooting, you can charge the battery while it's outside of the actual unit since the charging port comes out with it. Even better, you can still press the button to check on capacity remaining before you even insert it into the gimbal itself. Nevertheless, we even find a metal 1/4" 20 thread in the bottom for attaching to tripods, along with 2 metal contacts, useful for other accessories, which we'll take a look at in another video. Anyhow, moving up just above the battery capacity LEDs, we find the main gimbal controls comprised of a menu button, photo and video capture buttons, along with a status LED under each, and a large multi-directional thumbstick used for menu navigation as well as for general gimbal operation. Above this, a conveniently placed 1.5-inch LCD display used for menu navigation as well as providing a live view of what the camera sees. Just to the left of this, we find the main power switch along with the unit's microphone, which I would have preferred to be around the front of the unit to be honest, but we'll see how it performs shortly. Nevertheless, on the opposite side, we do find a standard 3.5mm audio port for external microphones, with the K1 providing some phantom power. Definitely a welcome addition. Alongside the micro SD memory card slot, in which you'll want to insert a reasonably fast micro SD memory card. Finally, on the rear we have a trigger button for switching between gimbal modes, with a small speaker just above, another camera status LED, and a switch to unlock the pan motor. And that brings us onto the gimbal itself. With a twist to unlock the roll motor and that switch on the rear to unlock the pan, we have a full 3-axis gimbal stabilisation system ready to use, compensating for small movements across all 3 axes. It's a neat design with no protruding wires to be seen, just a really sleek unit. Each motor incorporates a large turning circle, not a full 360 degrees, but easily more than enough for standard gimbal use, and encompasses the main camera module. With the ball type design we've seen with DJI's Osmo in the past, and packing an Ambarella A12S75 chipset with a CMOS 12MP Sony IMX377 sensor, the f2.8 lens incorporates a 101-degree field of view, which focuses from 50cm to infinity. These work to produce sharp, vivid video quality, capturing the footage at up to 4K resolutions at 30 frames per second. Pretty impressive stuff. All in all, the K1 pretty much nails it from a design standpoint. It's ergonomically comfortable to use, with controls perfectly placed, and impressive small features such as the removable and chargeable battery with quick capacity check functions, all working together to make this a high quality piece of gear. Note though that this isn't a water resistant design. Unlike Removu's S1, this should not be used in or around water or any particularly dusty or sandy environments in order to safeguard the sensors in the camera and motors. If you can see past that though, this truly is a work of art. And it's fair to say that using the system is as easy as it looks. There's no detailed user manual in the box simply because you really don't need it. Slide the side power button and the gimbal instantly auto-calibrates, and within seconds you're ready to start shooting. The LCD display looks fairly bright and rather crisp for its size, making it easy to see your subject as well as displaying some useful status information around the edges. From here it's a matter of pointing the camera in the right direction, thankfully made even easier with the thumbstick, which moves the gimbal very smoothly into your desired position, before pressing either the photo or video capture buttons as needed. All works wonderfully well. Switching between pan and follow modes is done with a tap of the trigger button, which locks different motors as and when required depending upon your shooting scenario. The switch between both modes is seamless, no glitches or the like were noticed, while the thumbstick can still be used in either mode to adjust position. If you get in a muddle, a quick double tap of the same trigger button recenters the gimbal back to its home position. Finally, a triple tap of the trigger swings the camera around into selfie mode. Use the thumbstick to position yourself, and off you go creating selfie videos with that LCD screen facing directly to you, ensuring you're always in the shot. The camera does incorporate a 3x digital zoom feature too, easily accessible by keeping the trigger button pressed while using the thumbstick to zoom. Throughout use, I found the K1 very comfortable to hold, thanks not only to its light weight, but that hand grip feels really nice. Ergonomically, everything is exactly where you need it. It's very intuitive, and within a few moments of picking it up, I've found I have grasped the basics straight away. Of course, we do have some settings we can play with too, all available through the menu button, which opens up the main menu itself. Again, this is very easy to navigate using the thumbstick, with the shutter button entering and confirming options, and the menu button backing out of the current selection. Here we can set our desired video resolution from 4K 30 through to 2.7K at 60, 1080 at up to 120, and even 720p at 240 frames per second for some super slow-mo shots. It's a very similar story with image quality in the next menu. And for those who like to tinker with manual settings, enabling and tuning settings provides access to more advanced controls, such as white balance, ISO, exposure, and so on. Nevertheless, following a playback mode, we have a general camera settings menu where we can really customize the system, changing default shooting modes, orientation, formatting your memory card, and so on. Finally, we have the gimbal options where we can set gimbal speed and invert the thumbstick as well as auto-calibrate the gimbal if required, really providing the ability to customize the unit and make it work the way you want it to. If that wasn't easy enough, Removu also supply their own smartphone app which can be used with the K1's built-in wireless connectivity. And with your iOS or Android device connected, we have instant remote access to the K1 with the live view display in the center, which is reasonably fast with minimal lag. Here we can control all aspects of the unit, from replicating the use of that thumbstick, moving the camera around by simply dragging on the screen, making framing shots remotely a simple task, and I have to admit it moves very reliably and very smoothly, no issues at all. We can even utilize the built-in digital zoom function too. Nevertheless, across the top we'll find all of our menu options, all replicated from the menu system on the K1 itself. So you'll find all the same options here, albeit easier to get to and change of course. Beneath the live view display we find the main shutter button, a video playback button, and a shooting mode button where we can quickly and easily switch between the various shooting modes the K1 offers. All in all, a very useful way of remotely controlling the K1, and all settings available on the K1 are available here. No problems at all. So far, so good. But what about the K1's performance? Well, I'm pleased to report things are looking rather promising here too. Gimbal performance is great, providing the ability to capture some pretty smooth shots. Of course, you'll still get that slight bobbing motion as you walk, so you'll need to tweak your walking style a little, but with a little practice you can produce some really nice footage with this thing. Throughout using the different gimbal modes, using the thumbstick to move the camera around, switching between forward and rearward facing shots, I honestly didn't come across any issues. When it comes down to gimbal performance alone, the three motors compensate for movements across all three axes really well. Equally as impressive is video quality. Removu opted for an Ambarella A12S75 chipset with an IMX377 sensor, which is similar to that found in most budget action cameras or cameras on drones, producing some nicely detailed shots that are both colourful and vivid, pretty true to life. Although the A12 is more an entry-level sensor, whereas I would have preferred the A9 chipset instead, similar to that found in the earlier GoPro cameras for instance. Sensor aside though, most will be extremely happy with the resulting footage. Certainly if it's for general video projects, social media, sharing on the web type stuff you're after, then this is ideal. Details are rather crisp and well maintained across the image. There's no pixelation or ill effects that are easily noticeable anywhere either. It's not as sharp and colour balanced as the latest GoPro or Sony action cameras mind, but for anything other than professional level use, it's actually really impressive, easily enough to truly satisfy most users. Also rather impressive is the audio capture. Although the built-in microphone is located on the side of the device, it actually picks up sound better than I had expected. Don't get me wrong, you won't get crystal clear performance level results, but to get a general feel for the surroundings and even for general commentary, or for picking up your speech in selfie mode is actually rather good. There's very little noise from the motors too. I found them almost silent in operation through my testing, even in quieter environments. Naturally, just like action cameras under lower light levels, we find that usual artifacting in the image where the sensor begins to struggle. Nothing we haven't really seen before with most action cameras out there, so to get the best out of the K1 you'll want to allow for plenty of light if possible. The A12 chipset also allows for slow motion video, 240 frames per second if you're willing to drop to 720p and 120 frames at 1080p. Again, you'll want to allow for plenty of light in these modes, but the results are rather good, providing the ability to mix some nice smooth shots into your video project. I assume most will be using a device like this for shooting video first and foremost, although it's always nice to add the odd static shot into a project, and images taken with the K1 are just like video, very good with high levels of detail, good sharpness, and producing vivid and colourful results overall. No real issues here. Now we do have other modes available to us as well, such as time-lapse and burst modes, and these work just as they should without issue. So overall I was left rather impressed with the performance of the K1. Yes, I would have preferred a higher quality chipset, but as it stands this is a great performer, producing some really high quality footage, and with general shooting here and there I found the battery last me almost throughout the whole day, and of course for anything more simply unclip and pop in a fully charged unit for those longer shooting sessions. As it stands though, Removu really have a right little gem here. Yes, it's costly at just over $400, but you really do get good value for your money. A 4K camera linked to a smooth 3-axis gimbal system, the built-in screen and various shooting modes. Let's not forget the remote operation option too, and you find yourself with a rather powerful unit in a sleek, very well designed, comfortable and compact package. For general video projects, home movies, social media, even as a main vlogging camera, the setup is ideal and the results are seriously impressive. Note that this is designed as a handheld device. Other than a tripod mount, there's no other way to mount this to other objects, well, not without getting creative. And that's the only negative I can come up with at the moment, but saying that, for anything more flexible, we do have the option of the great Removu S1 gimbal system. But for those after an all-in-one solution that they can just pick up and go with, producing nice, smooth video capture, the Removu K1 is highly recommended.